I think people are just kind of amazed by a lot of these things. They don't realize what's out there and what's left behind.
A photographer goes where no one has gone in years. Leland Kent takes eerie photographs of buildings and homes that have been long forgotten. He displays them on his blog, AbandonedSoutheast.com.
I would probably say my most favorite is a Masonic temple in Birmingham. That's where I grew up. It was one of the first places I explored, and it was almost kind of like a museum. It was just closed up and kind of forgotten about for years, and it was just really unique to see that kind of history and something so unique and ornate. I know a lot of houses in Georgia. That's where I've been lately, exploring a lot, and I find these just really ornate, like late 1800s houses that are amazing, and they're just left to rot. And like you couldn't even build that these days. And it's just fascinating to me that these places they're loved by somebody. Somebody put the time and sacrifice in to build these places. And I think I'm just fascinated by that.
Leland says he tries to get permission to visit each site. He says he's never been caught trespassing, but his explorations have come with other risks.
I've had a couple of just kind of close calls. I almost fell through a floor in a funeral home once. I encountered a snake at a phosphate plant that literally chased me out of the building. It's just kind of random stuff like that. It just kind of goes along with going into these abandoned places. You never know what you'll find or what you'll see.
10 years after Hurricane Katrina, he visited New Orleans, where many public buildings were rendered useless by the storm and still wear the damage they suffered.
Charity Hospital, we went there back in 2015, and it was just like time had stood still. There were banners in the hallways, that was kind of like make love, not hurricanes, just kind of stuff that they had tried to do to boost morale, I guess, in those days when they were stuck there in that hospital. And it's just kind of fascinating. It really is. Everywhere down there that you go, it's just like time has stopped. There was a school down there, and the lockers still were full of books. So, it's kind of interesting to see that type of thing, because usually in these abandoned places, that stuff's not really left behind.
But other abandoned sites have hope, like one in Georgia.
Little Bethlehem is one of those places that's guarded. The owner was kind enough to let me in, let me look around. But he's working to try to do something with that place. He wants to make it like an event center or something like that. So he's kind of gone through the steps to secure it and make it look like it could be just opened up tomorrow and be used again.
Leland says he hopes to see some of these properties come back to life, but he knows it's not possible for every site he visits. He hopes those buildings can live on in his photos.
A lot of these places are worth being saved. They have a history to them that should be kind of kept back and put back into use in some way. A lot of places are, too far gone now, and maybe it's not by anybody's fault, A lot of them happen just through neglect and stuff like that. But there's definitely places that can still be used. A lot of these buildings are being renovated. It's not like an overwhelming feeling of sadness. I feel like I'm kind of doing a favor by saving the place and saving the history of it.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.